So you're thinking of pulling on the Tanabata Banner. Well, what are your chances of pulling the LRs you missed? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the upcoming Tanabata Banner, or the Frosty Dokkan, whatever the theme is for this here, that they're gonna call it, the Frosty Winter Campaign banner, that it should be dropping here in about 3 to 4 days. This banner will drop on Global Dokkan around the 23rd to the 24th. It usually drops around Christmas Eve time on Global Dokkan. And many of you are possibly thinking of summoning on this banner. After all, in some form or another, you missed one of the major LRs on this banner. Maybe you're someone who missed out on the Z Duo, the GT Duo from the 8th anniversary, or possibly both, right? Or maybe you're someone who missed out on Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku, like I did, right? This may be your last shot at picking them up till they come back at either Saiyan Day or 8th anniversary. So, or 9th anniversary rather at this point. Man, we're a whole year after the anniversary. Crazy how time flies, isn't it? Either way, we are looking at what are your chances of pulling one of these 3 characters on this banner. After all, this is a crazy banner, right? This isn't your typical 7 featured banner. Heck, it's not even your typical 10 feature banner, right? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 featured unit banner. That's big. That's a lot. And it very, very much dilutes your ability to pull something that you're after on this banner. The bigger the number is, the harder it is to get the simple thing that you want. The summon rates are typically the same as they always are. The general pool is 264 general pool units. You have a 5% chance of pulling one of those 264 on each multi, right? You have a 95% chance to pull one of those guys on this. However, you only have about an 18 of the 18 featured, you only have about a 5% chance to pull the single unit that you want that's featured. So that makes things really difficult to kind of figure out, right? So we're going to go ahead and use our handy dandy summon rate calculator. Thanks for the Dokkan Wiki for putting this together. Very, very easy to use to figure out what we need. So we are going to you just plug in the numbers, and it's simple math, and you keep testing it out to get an idea of what you're looking at. So we have a guaranteed SSR banner. We have 18 featured banners units, and then we have 264 unfeatured units. So looking at that, it is a normal banner. It is not a monotype. It is not a double rate. So we can keep this the same for that. So easy day there. We have a 5% on the total featured SSRs, and then we have a 95% on the total percent of unfeatured SSRs. From there, we will be looking at multi-summons, and then we'll just plug in the number of summons that we do. So guarantee this is going to have, say, super multi-summon discounts. So this will be like a discounted step for 100 stones or 110 stones for 3 multis, and probably 3+1s as well as giving tickets for each multi. That's typically how this banner works every year, right? So a round of multis on there would get you 3+1 and then 9 tickets, 1 ticket shy of doing a multi. So that would encourage you to do another multi. So let's just assume for the sake that you were doing enough to get a full round of tickets. So that'll be 6 multis plus 2, 8 multis we're going to do on this banner, and let's see what that gives us at. So 8 multis we're going to do on this banner. We are interested, let's just say 1 featured. Let's say we missed out on the GT Duo. We're going to plug that in. 1 featured unit, and we're not featured in any of the unfeatured SSR. So let's go ahead and click here. So we have a 19 15% chance of pulling just the one featured unit that we want in 8 multis, right? In 8 multis, right? If it was just one multi, that would be like 5% chance, right? Obviously, it's a 5% chance you pull, but, right, statistics, the more you roll the dice, the more likely it is you're going to roll that single 5%, right? So you have a 19% chance of rolling that 5% chance. So, little scary, but let's say you went further. Let's say you did that multi-summon round twice, right? So that'll be 16 multis, let's say. I mean, I don't recommend anybody do this, but let's just kind of see for the sake of argument. Let's say this time we're interested, well, let's keep it for the one. So you're interested in one featured. You're going to do 2 rounds on the summons, right? In 2 rounds, 35% chance, right? For context, if this were a regular banner, right? So 35% on an 18 featured. If this were a regular 10 featured banner, which is the average, right? If this were a regular 10 featured banner and you did 16 multis, 50% chance you would have pulled the 5% chance to pull the one unit that you want to. So that's really, really difficult, right? Increase this number to 3, though. Let's say you missed all 3 of these LRs, the GT Duo, the Z Duo, and the Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Goku. Let's drop it back up to 18. Let's say, again, you did 16 multis. That's 2 rounds of Super Multi-Summon discounts. 75% chance of pulling one of the 3 that you wanted. So, I mean, it sounds like it's gonna work, but again, that's a 73 to 75% chance of rolling the 5% for at least one of the units you wanted, right? This is a very difficult banner to summon on, right? You already can see this is 18 featured units. The pool is very diluted. It's very hard to pull, and I can tell you from personal experience that this is a tough banner to pull on. Not only did I re-roll my JP account and pulled on this banner to get the Z, GT, and Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and it took me a bit of stones to get it, so it's very, very difficult to roll on this banner and get what you want. Add on to that, right, when I first started playing the game, and a little bit of story time, I attempted to pull Gogeta and Vegito off of this banner during the 5th year, right? So the 5th year Tanabata banner that looked like this, I tried to pull Vegito and Gogeta, and in 1800 stones, I pulled 1 Gogeta. So let that be a lesson for how difficult that is. It's very, very unlikely you're going to pull the unit that you want here. However, the nice thing is, we are going to be getting those rainbow tickets. We did do a we did do a video on this talking about this ticket banner and how you'll be able to do at least 3 summons on this banner. My advice, throw the 3 tickets on there, see what you get. If you get something, great. If not, use whatever coins you got to pick up the GT or the Z Duo if that's what you're missing. If you're missing Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till Saiyan Day on March 18th. But if that wasn't enough, you still don't believe me, and maybe you want to really, really test it for yourself. Well, before you go and do that in 3 days when this banner drops, why don't you head on over to the Dokkan Wiki. These guys have been working tirelessly to give us as much information as they can. I'll link this in the description down below, by the way, but shout out to Thieving 6 for putting this summon simulator on the Dokkan Wiki here. So we can go ahead and use this to test our rates and see if we can actually pull something here. So it's really, really neat feature. We just click the multi-summon button and it'll pop up with our pulls. So let's do those. Let's do 6 multis, and let's see what we get in 6 multis, right? The average, you know, hey, we were trying to get our tickets. Let's see what we do. So let's do 6 multis here using their summon simulator. We're just going to skip the animations. It does load animations, which is kind of cool, but it is really slow. So we did pick up a featured unit here, but look, not one of the LRs. But let's try again. Let's actually skip. Let's just do that so it doesn't slow everything down. So did another multi here. Look. Okay, we got an SSR, but we did not get a featured SSR, so that's 2 of our 6 multis. Another featured unit, not the one we're after. Okay, so that was 3. This is 4. No featured units on 4. Let's do... Alright. Again, no more featured units. Okay, let's do multi number 5. Another featured unit, which is cool, but the Broly. Okay, now let's do our last multi. Then Shenron. Or Omega Shenron. So, in our 6 multis, we pulled quite a number of featured, but you see how that pool dilutes the number. Every single feature that was a featured unit we didn't need. I mean, maybe you might need these units, but they're not going to be what you're after, right? So you spent, right? This would be the equivalent. Each one of these is probably going to be super multi-summon discounts, so 110 stones each, right? 6 multis. We did 220 stones and then 2 free multis. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely 200 stones that could have gotten us something better on a different banner. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to test this out. Why don't we just do until we pull one of those LRs, and let's see how many it takes us. So there we go. 7 multis, 8 multis. We did get a feature though. 9 multis, 10. Alright, so it took us 10 multis to pull one of the featured units. That's 5. That is 500 stones right there. 10 multis, that's 500 stones. Are you sure that's something you want to be doing, right? I don't know. Maybe to you that's worth it, right? This is your anniversary. You weren't able to summon on anniversary and you've got the stones. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe not. I'm just putting this video out here to kind of help you guys figure out whether or not you feel it's going to be worth it for you. It may not. It may be. It may not be. This is just my advice. So anyways, guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, are you considering summoning on this banner when it drops in 3 days time? I don't personally recommend it. All I'm trying to do is give you the information so you can make an informed decision, but I would love to hear what you plan on doing in the comments down below. I can't knock anybody for trying because, hey, I did it too when I needed that Gogeta. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.